Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Action Jackson, man. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my predictions and my ways of how we beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football, man. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think might enjoy my content. So let's hop into it, man. Let's go. First thing that, before I even hop into the prediction and how we even beat Philadelphia, I'm just going to talk about the magnitude of this game. And before I even get to the ways, I'm also going to do what I normally do the injury report. So, this is going to be a huge game for both teams, in my opinion. Anything can happen in the NFL. We know that. We just look at us and our team. Dak Prescott went down, and we thought our entire season was over. But then our defense has stepped up even more than what they did week one, and our offense stepped it up as well. And we were able for 4 straight weeks to win games. We still have to keep up that momentum, but I'm just saying how anything can happen in the league. But this is, for me, this is the game for the NFC East, because if you look at both opposing teams' schedule, after this game that we play each other, we don't see each other for a whole another 2 months, and we don't play each other until Christmas Eve. And prior to those games, Philadelphia has a really, really, really soft schedule again. They play teams like Tennessee. I think after Dallas, they still have to play Tennessee, who's struggling. We still play those teams. Yeah, we play Tennessee. They play Pittsburgh. We don't play Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's struggling as well, too. You don't know how they're going to feel on Sunday if, depending on the game between Tampa. So, you got to see what happens with the Steelers for the next few weeks. And if they keep losing games, I think Philly's going to squash them. They still got to play Green Bay. They still got to play Chicago. They still got to play Washington twice. They still got to play, they already played Washington once. So they got to see Washington one more time. And I believe they're going to beat Washington down again like how they did before. Same thing with the Giants. Still got to play the Giants twice. New Orleans is struggling right now, but they don't play New Orleans till later in the season. So, Philadelphia has a really easy schedule, and they can easily, even with this loss on Sunday, they can potentially still win the East just based off of just winning on outside of the division plus division wins. And with Dallas, I feel like we still have a pretty easy schedule as well. I believe once we get Dak Prescott back next week against Chicago, I felt like this is going to be a fun matchup, honestly. It's going to be fun heading down the year, especially when you get Dak Prescott back. And then after this game, you play 4 straight NFC North opponents. So you lead off with Chicago. Next week, the week after that, after Chicago, you'll have Detroit, then a bye week. Then coming out of the bye, you will play Minnesota, Green Bay, and then I believe you have, in between that, I think you got to play, I know we have a Thanksgiving game, so I'm pretty sure after Green Bay, we got to play Giants, and then 10 days after that, we got to play the Colts, and then we got the Texans, Jaguars. So, we don't really have an easier schedule neither, but it's pretty easy, but not as easy as Philadelphia. So this is a big game that Dallas has to win, especially if they're even planning about winning this division. We're definitely have to win this game. So let me go over the injury report. Starting out with the injury report, we have Quentin Bohanna. He's going to play. Rico Dowdle with an ankle injury. He's going to be out. Jake Ferguson, Jaron Curtis, Marcus Lawrence, J. Lou, Connor McGovern, Micah, Schultz, Dono. They're all going to play. They're saying CeeDee Lamb, he has a hip issue right now, but he's questionable. Same thing, I feel like he's going to play, even though they're marking him as questionable. Jason Peters is going to be out. Now, the wild card for the injury report that was released yesterday. I'm doing this video on a Saturday like I normally do. But yesterday, I believe, either Thursday or Friday, I know earlier in the week they said that they were planning as if Cooper Rush was going to play. He'd been getting first-team reps and everything like that. So I'm not really surprised by that. But there were a lot of photos and videos that were seeing Dak Prescott walking out on a camp. Not camp, my bad. Walking out onto the field. him throwing the ball, him working, working on his drop, working with the receivers and everything like that. So, Dak Prescott's looking like he's ramping up for sure. I think they already said what he's going to do, and it's going to be like what happened with Minnesota last year when Cooper Rush came in. That Dak's going to go in, he's going to work out. Every time they go to the game, they always show up, of course, 3 or 4 hours before the game even starts. They warm up all throughout the entire time, and that couple hours they have until leading up to the game. So when Dak Prescott's out there, he's going to be out there throwing the ball, working out, testing out his thumb. If his thumb is good, and the medical staff says it's good, and Dak says it's good, and they all agree to it, then Dak Prescott will play on Sunday. And my thoughts on the game will be a little bit more different. But as of right now, when I'm breaking down the game, Cooper Rush is playing. Eagles, they got Leonard Dickerson, Jake Elliott, Kenneth Gainwell, Patrick Johnson, Kelsey, Avonte Maddox, Jordan Mailata, and Isaac Simolo. They're all going to play. Josh Jobe and Janarius Robinson are questionable. But most of the guys that are going to play on this list are mostly all starters, except for Avonte Maddox, or unless he plays in the slot. I'm not too familiar with the Eagles. But, I know their roster. But, like I said, I don't even know if Avonte Maddox is a starter. But I know Leonard Dixon starter, Kelsey starter, Mulata starter, and Isaac, I know they all play within the offensive line. So, my keys on how we beat the Philadelphia Eagles is, number one, stop the run. They run the ball in all facets with everybody. Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts especially. This is a game where, how you played how you played the New York Giants on Monday Night Football, how every single time that they were getting Daniel Jones out of the pocket, he would roll out on a play action, stop, and run it up the middle, or they had just set QB draw designs for Daniel Jones. They had him on QB reads, read options and everything like that. So watch out for Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is easily somebody that if you don't account for, he will take it, he will keep the ball and gain extra yards. Now, if I'm the Cowboys, who I want starting at DN this week, I want to see Michael Parsons on one end. And, we're going to use Michael Parsons everywhere, but I feel like Michael Parsons, I feel like we need to use him like how we did the Rams. I'm going to get into that later points, but I feel like we need to use him like how we did the Rams. First, second down, we have him playing inside linebacker, being the spy, chasing out any backs that are coming leaking out the backfield, watching the quarterback, like I said, on the QB spy, and stopping all intermediate stuff. But on passing downs or a short yard gain, if it's a 3rd and 5 and they can easily do a QB draw or a read option, because a lot of times when I do see teams that have running quarterbacks, they always love to pick on DeMarcus Lawrence when they do the read options, because DeMarcus Lawrence, he's cool against them, but a lot more times than not, he's always getting crisscrossed every time somebody keeps the ball on a read option. So if I'm Dallas, I already said Michael Parsons, but on the other side, I want to see a Sam Williams in this game. He does really, really well against the run, and this man is strong, man. Once he figures out to use his grown man strength, in a technical setting, he's gonna be able to toss linemen like how you see a bunch of other defensive linemen do, like Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, he'll do a power move and he'll hip toss a tackle. That's what Sam Williams can do. He has that potential where he can pick up a 350-pound lineman with one arm, toss him on their back, and get to the quarterback in the same time. So I feel like with Sam Williams, not only is he that strong, that he also has that speed where that man, he runs like a 4.4, 4.5. That man is fast. So so if the Eagles think they're funny and they're going to try to run a read option on Sam Williams or even on Michael Parsons, and Jalen Hurts want to keep it, Jalen Hurts going to get crushed right then and there. So number 2, force Jalen to throw the ball. Strength the pocket on him. Don't get him any easy running lanes. Make sure, and what I also wanted to add in there is also keep a quarterback spy. I feel like in this game we're going to run a lot of big nickel, especially since they have a lot of athletes on their team. And they have been balling, so I'm not going to front and act like they've been scrubs. But, to me, how I feel about the Eagles, they haven't faced a defense like ours. So force Jalen to throw the ball, force him to throw the ball, make him something that he's not, and he's not a pocket passer. So, like I said, shrink the pocket. Don't give him any easy running lanes. Put a quarterback spy up. When you force Jalen to throw the ball, I like Jalen Hurts as a person. Even though he is a Philadelphia Eagles player, it sucks that he is. But to me, I always really liked him when he was coming out of Oklahoma and Alabama. But I liked him more when he was in Oklahoma because that showed off his true capabilities of a quarterback. But like I said, I don't believe in Jalen Hurts when he has to throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times. I believe if we can get Jalen Hurts to throw around that number, like I said, anywhere between 30 to 40 pass attempts, and we're able to shut down the run, I believe we'll be same thing. I think we'll do like what we've been doing to these other teams. We're making them one-dimensional, and we're forcing them to pass. Forcing a team to pass in our case is the best scenario, especially with the defensive line that we have, the front seven that we have, and the nice secondary that we do have, especially since our secondary is healthy. We got Diggs, Brown, we got Malik, you got Dono, you got Jaron Curse. So I think it's going to be a really good game for us on defense. And one last defensive point. Watch the screens. They have been a screening team. They're smart. They get the ball out to their playmakers. They don't have them struggle or anything like that. So watch out for the screens. They're going to be just like how that NFC West division is. They love running screens. They'll have like 3 or 4 different screens on the field. Like Jalen Hurts will do a play action. He'll look left. There'll be a screen, and then he'll do like a 180 spin, turn around, and dump it off to the tight end like Dallas Goedert, or a running back coming out or leaking out the backfield or whatever on another screen on the right side. So, just watch the screens. And another thing, don't give the big play to AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. This is Jalen Hurts' grades when he is blitzed. Shout out to Cowboys Factor for posting it. But I feel like that's another thing we need to do is blitz Jalen Hurts. Obviously, with any quarterback, when you're not blitzed and you have a clean pocket and you have time for your playmakers to get open, you're going to look really, really great. Now, it's different when there's pressure in your face. And I felt like Jalen Hurts, like I said, still needs to develop a little bit more to be that quarterback that everyone in Philly wants him to be, or that a lot of people who love Jalen Hurts that they want him to be. I just don't feel like he's there as a passer yet. Yes, he's definitely better than he was his first 2 years in the league, so I can give him that. But I just felt like he still needs to get better, and that's with everyone in the league. So, but with Jalen Hurts, when he's blitzed, he has a 57.3 PFF grade. I don't really care for PFF, but I'm just stating the facts. There's a lot of people for PFF, that's their Bible when it comes to football. So the grade, he's 27th. He's 5.8 yards per pass attempt. That's 31st in the league. He has a 58% completion rating. That's 25th. He has no big-time throws because, every single time that they've been playing teams, it's been blowouts, or a lot of the times the receivers are wide open, or like I said, they're screening down the field. And then he has one turnover worthy plays within each game, I believe. So that's 18th in the league. Going back to Dallas and on the offense, stay ahead of the chains. Philly, they also have a good defense as well. They have a really nice defensive line with Hassan Reddick, Jordan Davis, Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat. They have nice linebackers with Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, and I forgot who the third linebacker is. They got nice corners with Darius Slay. They're pretty stout across that defense. So offense, of course, got to stay ahead of the chains. No penalties, so no holdings. No, once we get a big time play, whether it's through the ground or through the air, that we don't get any dumb penalties. I'm always gonna stress that in all these videos. Just playing clean football, especially with solid teams like Philadelphia. You want to play solid football, force them to make mistakes, run the ball, and commit to it. So I love all we need to hit for us to win this game, and what we need to do to win. We need to play balanced football. So we need to have 30 attempts passing, 30 attempts rushing. That's our number. Once we get to 30 for 30, Dallas Cowboys are going to win games. So now, when I'm talking about those 30 for 30s, like I said before, they need to be efficient. They just can't be 30 pass attempts where you're just throwing it across the yard, throwing incompletions, batted down balls, interceptions, and things like that. They need to be easy, smart throws. So run the ball, commit to it, because once you're able to run the ball, it's going to get them out of whatever specialized coverage they want to set up for a Cooper Rush. That now, if they're more likely in the cover 2, which is what they're normally playing, you want to bring them down. That safety, you always want to bring another extra man in the box, because if you can have like 8-7 men in a box, I mean, more times than not, there's always going to be a 7th person in the box, because a lot of people in the NFL run nickel anyway. But you always want to bring somebody down to the box, 8th man. That not only leaves a safety and 2 corners on the outside, and that's going to be able for you to feast. So if you run the ball, I feel like you want to use Tony Pollard more of a receiving setting. Also, you want to use him as a running back, but I feel like this is going to be more like a Zeke game, in my opinion. It's always cold around this time in Philadelphia. And you want to run the ball. Make sure that you run the ball, you get the ball out quickly and everything like that. So, run the ball, commit to it, stick with it with Zeke and Tony Pollard, and hopefully this offensive line gains holes for him, man. And my last point, make sure that Kellen Moore makes the game easy for Cooper Rush. Don't try to make him like a Dak Prescott, where when Dak Prescott's in the game, they're funny style. They love to make the quarterback throw like 35, 40 times. No, have Cooper Rush only throw for about 20, 25 passes, because this is definitely a game that you can run on Philadelphia, but once Philadelphia is able to hone in on the run, they're going to force you to pass. So I feel like in certain situations, we're going to have to throw the ball. And when we do, I think it's up to Kellen Moore to get great schemes on the defense, creating open lanes with a Noah Brown, a CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, making sure that they're getting open. And I feel like also another thing to make it easy on Cooper Rush, get the ball out quickly to your playmakers. Screens, easy slant, rub routes, things like that. Just have your playmakers get open and have Cooper Rush get the ball to them quickly, because we have a lot of guys that, hey, once Michael Gallup has a little bit of separation over the top, throw him the ball. He's going to be able to make something happen. He's going to be able to make a big play. He's going to leap over somebody. He's going to juke somebody out. And he has enough elite speed where he's able to get to the next level. And, make a play can possibly score for a touchdown or get us in great field position. Same thing with Tony Pollard. Same thing. You put him on the screen. He has elite speed. We know what Tony Pollard can do. When he has space, it's a wrap. CeeDee Lamb, same thing. Not like with the elite speed, but hey, you give him the ball, he's gonna make something shake. He's gonna get open. So that's my last point, man. So all my ways in how we beat Philadelphia, I'm gonna go over them one more time. We stopped the run. That includes Jalen Hurts. Force Jalen to throw the ball, force him to play quarterback, strength the pocket. Don't give him any easier running lanes when he's in the pocket. Watch the screens, since they heavily rely on screens. Not heavily rely on, but they love going to the screens when they can. Don't give the big play to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Offense, stay ahead of the chains, no dumb penalties. Run the ball, commit to it. And lastly, Kellen Moore, make the game easy for Rush, get the ball out quickly to his playmakers. That's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay blessed. See ya. Bye.